folks, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me today. It is Thursday, December 5th, 2024. A lot of people probably don't know, but in Pennsylvania, where mining dates back to the late 1700s, coal was mined nearly in half of the state's 67 counties. There are at least 5,000 abandoned underground mines, leaving behind hazards that officials say can arise at any time. Thoughts and prayers for a Pennsylvania grandmother is now in a recovery mission, as crews say they have found no signs of life inside a sinkhole. The search for 64-year-old Elizabeth Pollard resumed Thursday morning today as the sun rose in Unity's Marguerite neighborhood. With overnight snow covering the ground, an excavator operator went back to work as a front loader moved dirt to keep any one pile from getting too large. Pennsylvania State Trooper Steve Lamini told reporters during a news briefing that the around-the-clock search and rescue mission to locate Unity resident Elizabeth Pollard will now be considered a recovery mission that will operate during only daylight hours. Excavation to this point largely has taken place to the east and western sides of the original sinkhole. Crabtree Fire Chief Bill Watkins, a member of the response team that has been part of the search, said Thursday strategy will be to excavate north and south. The search for a Pennsylvania grandmother believed to have fallen into a sinkhole Monday while searching for a cat has transitioned from a rescue mission to a recovery effort, officials now say. We feel like we've failed. It's tough, Pennsylvania State Police spokesperson Trooper Steve Lamini said during a news conference yesterday evening, noting there had been no signs of life during the massive effort to find the 64-year-old Elizabeth Pollard in a fragile and dangerous underground landscape. Rescuers had been pumping water through a long abandoned mine at the site to clear out debris. They were trying to use water to help break up the rock and soil and things like that. They then removed it with a vacuum to make it easier to see what was underground. A process that Limony compared to trying to pull a boulder out of a house of cards. It actually ended up making the ground there unstable. It's got areas where it started to collapse and decay and buckle a bit. We're afraid that we're going to make it worse if we try to continue to plow forward with the techniques we've been using. You know, these abandoned mines are a ticking time bomb ignored for decades. When will leaders take responsibility? When will the constant danger to communities stop? I did an article, I don't know how many months ago, about another mine that collapsed that sucked up a soccer and football practice field, I believe it was. Many of you might remember that report. One Twitter user said that it was time to demand accountability, not just for Elizabeth, but for every citizen living in fear in their own backyard. The car was parked only about 15 feet, I believe, from where the sinkhole was located. The shift in strategy comes after crews using cameras and sound detection equipment failed to pick up any sign that Pollard may be still alive since the search began early on Tuesday. She went missing on Monday, and then the search didn't start until the next morning. They said that oxygen levels inside the sinkhole have become lower than what you would want for somebody who is trying to survive and, keep alive. Down below, I'll give you a link for those of you that live in Pennsylvania. You can check the address for the Penn State Online Mine Map Atlas and the DEP's Mine Subsidence Insurance Map to see if their property sits above abandoned mines. A lot of people do have that insurance there in Pennsylvania. 2 abandoned mines are near the sinkhole, a federal database shows. They are designated to pose the highest danger to citizens' lives due to land safety and environmental concerns, according to the National Association of Abandoned Mine Land Programs. The Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection's Bureau of Mine Safety was dispatched to the scene early Tuesday. Officials said they suspected the sinkhole was caused by the abandoned Marguerite Mine, which was last operated by H.C. Frank Coke Company in 1952. The coal seam is about 20 feet from the surface. A spokesperson from Westmoreland County said it is one of the state's 29 counties where underground coal mines have occurred. Sinkholes usually form due to groundwater slowly eroding the underground rock that holds soil together. And Pennsylvania is particularly prone to sinkholes because of its limestone bedrock, according to the USGS. The 64-year-old grandmother was last seen behind the restaurant. Police got a phone call around 1 a.m. Tuesday from a relative of Pollard, who said the grandmother, with her 5-year-old granddaughter, had left in a car to look for her cat, and that was sometime Monday afternoon, and had not been heard from since. Pollard was last seen around 5 p.m. Monday in Marguerite, an unincorporated area of Unity Township that is in southwestern Pennsylvania, dotted with old coal mines. Police out looking for the woman discovered her vehicle. Like I said, it was only about 15 feet from the sinkhole. Her granddaughter was inside, parked near the restaurant. That was like 12 hours later. A fresh, deep sinkhole was just steps away from the car. We, at that point, realized that this could be a very bad situation, Limony said. The granddaughter, who had been in the car for nearly 12 hours in below freezing temperatures, was unharmed. The girl, now with her parents, couldn't give police any details about what happened. She was just a 5-year-old girl that was waiting in the car for her grandmother to come back, Limony said. The sinkhole, which is about 15 to 20 feet from Pollard's vehicle, appears to be about the size of a manhole at the surface, but it gets much larger and wider below ground, making search and rescue efforts challenging. The sinkhole likely appeared at some point Monday, officials said. That hole wasn't there earlier in the day, Limony said. It's close enough to the building that somebody would have seen it. There is a very thin layer of earth that has to be honest with you, it just appears to be mostly grass interwoven where she had stepped, he said. Initially, when they first started the look for the missing grandmother, Tuesday, using a ladder and a harness, they did not spot Pollard. You couldn't even get close enough to the hole because of the way it was undermined. Once police and emergency responders have cleared the scene, once they stop their search, DEP's Bureau of Abandoned Mine Reclamation will investigate the site to determine if the issue is the result of a historic mine subsidence. As of 2020, there were over 3,600 sinkholes in Pennsylvania, according to data collected by researchers at Millersville University. That was 4 years ago. How many more have, grown? According to the USGS, sinkholes are dramatic because the land usually stays intact for a while until the underground spaces just get too big. And then they just collapse. And so sad, this woman out looking for her cat with her granddaughter, sending prayers. They need closure. So what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Keep praying for the recovery of this woman. And pray for the family. Please share. Thank you for watching, and God bless y'all. Bye.